So now we'll see the binary tree representations. Binary trees can be represented with the help of arrays as well as linked list, just like stacks and queues, right? So array representation, for array representation, what you'll do is you will consider a binary tree. It is stored in a 1D array. Okay, you follow 1D array structure. Each node is assigned an index based on its position in the tree, right? For suppose this is my tree. Okay. So what is, how do you represent the binary tree using arrays? A binary tree stored in a 1D array. Each node is assigned an index based on its position in the tree. Okay. So the position starts from 0. The root node is placed at 0th location. And this is 1, this is 2, this is 3 and 4. Right. Now, for a node at index I, the left child index is 2 into I plus 1 and the right child index is 2 into I plus 2. So, why do we need these indices? Okay, when you are performing a binary tree operation or any kind of operations, okay, you cannot draw this structure directly, right? How do you, suppose if it's a normal array, what you will do? You will keep incrementing I value, right? But here what you'll do is, you will find the left subtree with the help of this formula, right? So now we'll see whether this formula is working or not. Okay. So this is my particular node. Okay. What is the index of this node? 0. So I want to find the left child index of 0. Okay. What I'll do? 2 into I is 0 plus 1. That is 2 into 0 is 0 plus 1. So 1. So the left child index is 1. Right? You should not see these values. These are individual nodes. You don't have to do anything with them. You have to do something with the indices. Next one is right child index. Right? What is the right child of 0 node? So what you'll do, 2 into 0 plus 2. That is 0 plus 2 is 2. Right? This is how you will find the left child index and right child index. Right? Suppose if I asked you what is the left child where is the left child of 2 is placed. Now what you will do? This 2. What is the index of 2? 1. So index is 1 plus 1. Okay. So that is, this is 2 plus 1. Right. The left child is placed at third index. And what is the right child? And what index, at what index, if there is a right side node, at what index? For suppose there is 3. 3 does not have any child node, then it's called as a leaf node, right? For suppose it has nodes. Okay, suppose it is not placed yet. So I want to know if there is a right child to 3, what is the index? Okay, now what I'll do? If I want to find this position. Okay, now what I'll do? 2 into what is I? What is the index I wanted to find the left child for? 2 into 2 plus right child is 2. 4 plus 2 is 6. Suppose if there is one node here, it would be 5. Suppose there is one node over there, then it would be 6. Right? This is how you represent the indices in an array. So, how do you write these elements in the array representation? So array index starts from 0. That is the reason why I have took the index over here as 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many vertices are there? How many nodes are there particularly? There are 5 nodes. So I have took 5 locations, right? So my first element is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. From this, okay. Okay. From this, I'll see whether I can find who is the left child or who is the right child. Okay. So, this is my I. I want to find the parent of 3. Okay. I hope you remember the structure. So, I've drawn the structure at side. You can't see that right now. Now, suppose I want to know the parent of 3. Okay. That is I, by 2. Right? So what is my I value right now? 2 by 2 equals to 1. So this is the structure. 1's parent is, 3's parent is 1. It is satisfied. Again, right? This is how you represent the binary tree in arrays. So now we'll see the advantages and disadvantages of representation of a binary tree using arrays. Okay. So the main advantage is it is simple and easy to access. Right. So if you want to find the, if you want to find the, or if you want to insert an element at the left side, okay, you will take the particular index, then you will calculate 2 into I plus 1, then you will insert element. Or if you want to find the right subtree or right element, indexed element, now you will find with the help of 2 into I plus 2. Or if you want to find the parent of a particular node, then you will find I by 2, right? This is how you will manage, or you will access the elements very simply or easily with the help of array representation of binary trees, right? So what is the disadvantage? Disadvantage is, okay, some sparse tree. Okay, so suppose the tree is like this. This is also binary tree, right? So every node has one node. At most we should have 2 nodes. So this is satisfying the binary tree properties, right? Suppose there is a tree like this. So when you have to program it, okay, how do you initialize memory, right? So we will follow the level order. So for finding the level order, you will follow 2 power n. So it starts from 0 to so on till the last level, right? So if I do it like this, in the first level, this is 0th level, in the first level to second level. In the first level, I should have maximum number of nodes, 2 nodes, right? There should be one more node. Okay. So my memory will be allocated for this empty part also. That's of a memory wastage, right? So while I am creating memory, so I will directly consider 2 power, how much? I will consider memory for all these elements. So this memory is considered, these also considered, right? How many nodes are there over here? Total 7 nodes are there. So space is allocated for all the 7 elements, right? So at 0 A is placed, at 1 B is placed, but 2 is empty. So it is null. Again 3 is full, but all other spaces are null. So you are unnecessarily wasting this memory. So you just have 3 elements in this binary tree, but your memory is getting wasted for all other remaining unnecessary 4 nodes, right? They are not existing. This memory can be used for any other useful purposes, right? This is the disadvantage of binary tree representation using arrays. Okay. Now we'll see how to represent the given binary tree using linked list. Okay. So in the linked list representation, each node is represented as a structure. Okay. So what is meant by structure? Is a collection of heterogeneous data types, right? So in the structure, you will use this dynamic memory allocation concepts. So the main advantage of using this linked list is, for arrays, what we have done, we have unnecessarily created memory for null nodes also. Okay. Since we are following level order, we have calculated the number of nodes that can be, expected nodes, and you have allocated memory. But after allocating memory for 7 nodes, okay, you are only utilizing the memory for 3 nodes. All other space required, that are used for storing those other 4 elements is getting wasted. Okay. So to overcome that problem, we have come to linked list representation. That means memory will be created dynamically. You can create memory only when it is needed. You need not create it before itself statically like arrays. Okay. For suppose this is my tree. Okay. Suppose this is my tree. Now, how will I represent? Each node is represented as a structure. Okay. So that each node will have data part, left pointer, right pointer. You remember hearing this data part, left pointer, right pointer? Okay. This is a double linked list. Okay. You can represent the binary tree with the help of double linked list. Okay. So A is considered. So there are left pointer to A and right pointer to A. Okay. So the left pointer of A is connected to B. This is empty, right? So the right pointer of A is C. Okay. Again, the left pointer of B is containing D. The right pointer of B is containing E. And the left pointer of C is containing F. The right pointer of C is containing G. Right? So, what are happening to these null locations? These are directly placed as null. You need not do anything with these elements. That means if there is a null node present to left side of right side or D, then it is considered that there are no other nodes, child nodes to that particular node. Okay. Right? This is how you represent the binary tree using linked list representation. Okay. Consider the example that we have discussed for arrays, sparse tree. Okay, sparse tree structure is like this. The left subtree or the right subtree is completely filled. Okay, the left subtree is completely filled. Now when you try to create new node, you will create that much memory only. Suppose I need 2 bytes for data and 2 bytes for left pointer and 2 bytes for right pointer, totally is 6. So each time when I create one node, only 6 bytes will be created. No more, it do not directly take static values. Okay. So when I try to create this memory, A is like this, right? What is the left subchain? Left tree of A? It is B. Okay. Now what is the left of B? It is C. Right? Now, what happens to these null locations directly placed as null? You need not do anything else with these spaces, empty spaces. Right? Memory is allocated only for elements present. Only, okay. And each time 6 bytes is allocated from each node. No extra memory will be created while adding each node. Okay. So this is how you represent the binary tree with the help of arrays and linked list. I hope all of you have understood this representation.